Lesson 1, don't strum a bass guitar. So at the beginning of the video, you saw me play Summertime Blues, and that's what I think of when I think Summertime Blues. I think of the original Eddie Cochran version. You've got the Who live version, and my wife's got a CD of Alan Jackson's greatest hits. It had a version of Summertime Blues on there. I said, I'm going to hate this. I ended up liking it. It's a simple song. We're going to show it to you. And then what we do in a lot of these bass guitar lessons is we learn a simple song and then we use it as a lesson to learn some bass guitar basics. So let's start off and learn the song. Two notes. The whole song is two notes, pretty easy. The verse is D, the chorus is G. If you heard anything else in there, that was just the fifth note. The fifth note gets used a lot in country music. I always think of Johnny Cash, Folsom Prison Blues. How boring would that song be if you just did this? So that fifth note adds flavor. Fifth note will work for you in a major minor chord. We'll throw the notes up to give you an example. But that's what we're doing in Summertime Blues. My verse is D, but to give it a little bit of a better beat, we're going to throw in a fifth note. There's a lower fifth note, and you can play a fifth note higher than your original if you want to go higher. And then in the chorus, we were down in G, and we hit a higher fifth note. So verse is D, chorus is G. We threw in some fifth notes. The last thing we need to show you is we did a little transition from the verse to the chorus. You don't, as a bass player, you don't want to play a verse, boom, you're in the chorus. You and the drummer can transition down and make it a smooth transition. This song is D to G. It goes down to a G. I play a ton of songs that are in E and I have to get down to the A. You'll see a lot of songs in C and you got to work your way down to an F. So anywhere up and down the neck, a lot of songs. You're here, you got to get to here. Let's talk about how to do it. Step 1, let's do something simple that you actually just saw me do in Summertime Blues. And you could go back up that way too, but I played B-A a couple notes out of the scale to get down to my chorus. So let's get a little more complicated. Let's hit every note in between the D and the G. So we transitioned with 3 notes that time. So now we're getting a little more complicated. We did simple. The second one, I guess we'll call intermediate. The third one, I think we could call walking the bass. I didn't do this in Summertime Blues, but I want to show it to you because it's going to be an important principle. In a lot of my videos, if I want you to improvise or do a fill or come up with a fill, I'll say just take notes out of the scale. Listen to this. So what just happened? Then we got, I think that's the most notes we've used so far, but listen to this. That's not in our scale, but we used it. It sounded good. If you were playing along with your rhythm guitar player, that wouldn't sound crazy or anything. It wouldn't sound off. So as you improve as a bass player, you don't always have to stick to the scales. Think outside the box. Try something different. So you saw a simple transition. You kind of saw an intermediate transition, and then what you could call you walk the bass down. And anything that works, use it. That's how you become more inventive, become a better bass player.